You don't even drink coffee.
Oh, yeah, like a milkshake or...
Oh, you don't milkshake. Oh.
You don't want to say a milkshake, mate.
This includes venues as well, so when you go out, get that rig out before you get kicked out. That's something I live by.
Because I know we'd go to horse camps and you'd meet everyone and then everyone you want to keep in touch with. You'd get on MSN and then...
You want to readdress that?
What?
What kind of camps are you going on?
Anyway, week of a lifetime. It was absolutely massive. I was all over the place, driving hours
Didn't
and
you
hours
just
a
do
day.
your weekly update?
Well, that was not it. I didn't
All right, mate. Big day. Momentous occasion. It's all happening.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. I got a fly out in... Yeah, got to be at the airport in less than an hour.
Would you miss the pod? Would you miss the flight for the Rogers?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way with the Rogers.
I'm going to test that enthusiasm.
Let's hope this is a straightforward guide.
Yeah,
And clear and concise, which we're renowned for. You know.
Oh, yeah.
We're not big on the waffling.
No.
Yeah, so we should have good opportunity for it, but we'll start with a bit of waffling.
Yeah.
What have you been up to this week?
Well, actually, right now, I'm sitting on this side strategically because I'm pretty much deaf in this ear today. Hey, big fella. Hey, what's up, big fella? Hey, Paulie. Paul, come here. Come here.
Dog coming on the pod for the listeners.
For the viewers? Oh, yeah, sorry for the listeners. Good explanation. This is Paulie. He's been on the pod a few times, probably. Yeah, I'm pretty much deaf in one ear right now because of sickness, I guess. So that's not real fun, but what's been happening this week? One of my best mates came to visit.
Yeah.
Best mates, who am I kidding? Best mate came to visit. We did a lot of great stuff. In fact, we've chosen this angle for a specific reason because you might have noticed from the other pod, if you look back, watch for the Easter eggs, you'll notice on one of the angles that I take that there was barricades and some railings. Gone.
Oof.
Built a little bit too different for this house. Stood for 110 years, but
Yeah, it's got nothing.
a couple of weeks in and bloody were tearing it down.
Yeah, just kicking them down. It was a productive sort of Sunday, though.
It was.
It was nice. Did literally a bit of renos, and then we went to the river.
Oh.
Swam in the river. That was good. And then followed that up with a pretty epic tennis match. So there's always been this tennis rivalry between me and Pross.
Yeah.
Pretty evenly poised.
Yeah, I'd say that you've definitely had the edge, the all-time edge.
Yeah, you could tell you had a bit more class than I was expecting.
No,
I
thanks,
will
mate.
admit.
Thanks,
There
mate.
was some proper professional shots.
There were some great shots.
Yeah. I usually rely on brute force, and I couldn't. I couldn't. Frost had better brute force than me. He still doesn't sit right saying it, but...
I know. It doesn't sound right either.
Yeah,
But it's not like any of those shots were really, they pay off the odd time, but you just had the good defense and then just a little bit more finesse to touch on the ball.
And like any tennis player, when you're in doubt, when you're struggling, back against the wall, when it's 5-2, just bring on your inner Bernard Tomic and you'll find a way through. And you'll just slice your way back into the game.
Yeah, so I'm standing right back on the baseline, sending bloody heat.
Cannon.
And I have to run every single time just in front of the net. That's where the ball's bouncing. But no, it was, man, did you feel I felt what I think pro athletes feel. I feel it at times when I'm running, but it's normally more of a vacant feeling when I run. I sort of disappear and just run. But with this, I felt the focus of you felt excited when the ball was in the air. You just could feel it. You're going to hit a good shot.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a really great feeling, actually. It was really strange. Not something that's been super common to me in any sport.
Yeah.
So it was a very competitive game. I was deep into it.
Yeah. First set was a tiebreaker. It was tough. It was tough. But a bit like tennis, there was a lot of gambling this weekend as well. Got a bit involved with the scratchies.
Yeah.
Scratchies are a bit of fun.
Yeah, on the crossword scratchy, $10 crossword scratchies.
Yeah. Shout out if you need a sponsor. Hook us up.
Imagine we could start that pod every day.
Oh, start the pod.
Or maybe
like
work
that.
through it the whole pod, and at the end,
we just do it anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
We need the money.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, and a bit of gambling on the dogs, bit of this, bit of that.
Did pretty well on the doggies.
Yeah, I understand why people gamble in the country. Because there's not much else to do, and it is quite a thrill.
That's not the message I'm putting out here, mate. That's a terrible message.
I'm just saying, I understand.
We've been so busy. So much stuff. We've had every single night of going away. Every day there's maybe a trip to the Weir. Even when we were working, we'd work. We maybe do something in the morning. Blah blah blah. Even a really really big sort of trivia game actually, which we've got some strong thoughts about actually.
Yeah, I've got a feeling we should do the road guide on trivia.
Yeah. It's on trend, I think. I don't know if it's always been a poppin' thing. I'm not really from the city, so it does seem to me like something that maybe city people have been really invested in for a long time. But I can say that out here, there's a few really big social events in the year. And one of them is definitely is the trivia nights. The state schools mostly. The state school will do one, a really good one. And I'm not going to be too off-brand on other trivia nights here, but the Birdcage holds a good one. Shout out Birdcage, not sponsors of the show, but Gav, here we are talking about it, free publicity. Not going to happen every episode unless you pay for it. And then we had the Catholic school trivia night recently, which had its really high points, really strong elements, but also some elements that we just didn't quite sit right for us when it comes to trivia.
Yeah. There were definitely some highlights, but there were some significant lowlights.
Yeah.
And we realised, like, because we've had such good trivia nights in the past, it's important. You want to maximise those good nights.
Yeah.
So we're here, and we're going to give you 5 steps on how to maximise those trivia nights and make it the best it can be.
Definitely. Sorry, I just got a call there, but we'll carry on.
Yeah.
So, as far as trivia goes, I consider myself to be a real manager, a bit of a team builder. I've got the right circles, I think, with journalism, a few journalists sprinkled in there, a few health people, because there tends to be some general knowledge, body people. I feel like my role, more than anything, and sports people. I'm in the sports circle as well, and sport is one that can just really set you apart, I think. There's some niche questions. So I've had some great success here in Longreach. For last year, I sort of had the reputation, me and my team, or the team that I was on at least, if any of my team members are watching, we were champions. We would just go trivia night, win. They aren't as common out here, so once every couple of months. But we'd come in and you'd see the next snap when we walk in the door. Oh, here comes the challenge. And we delivered time and time again, which wasn't the case recently. Dos came and he saw us at our absolute worst. We came last, actually.
We got
Slaughtered. And there's good reason for that. There was a mini game.
Obviously, it wasn't our fault.
No. I think if you took just the trivia scores, we would have done quite well. I can't tell you how well we would have done. There was a lot of mini games. And I'm pro mini game, actually. I think there's a place in trivia for getting the blood pumping, maybe breaking perhaps some stagnant energy, going up and maybe doing like a darts or doing a niche sort of job game. There's a lot of mini games at the recent one, and we lost the first one, and most people won the first one, so everyone got 5 points.
Except
5 points.
Before you've answered a question, we're 5 points down.
It's too much.
That's
It's
a
too
significant
much.
amount.
Yeah. So anyway, we lost hard, and I think it was mostly on mini games. So yeah, that's my most recent experience. Not good, but track record, pretty impeccable. Someone that's kind of known for it. So I feel like that gives me decent reason to give you trivia advice. Dos, though, I'm not super familiar until recently with your trivia background.
Yeah, well, me and a few of the Rogers, we did go play a bit of trivia in Melbourne every now and again. We've done a couple.
I need to see a Roger team name.
Oh yeah, all right, I like it. I like
the
it.
Richmond Rogers or something. I don't know.
I'll push it. And we've come second a lot of the time at this classic pub trivia, which is good fun. They're just there to have fun.
Yeah.
I did go to this one other trivia with my work crew, and it was the hardest freaking trivia I've ever been to. The questions were insane.
It was like the chaser of trivia.
Literally, yeah. And then you look over to your right, and there's a team of 12 against your team of 5. And you're just like, what? How am I meant to compete?
Huge point.
Yeah.
One extra person is too much of an extra person.
I'll allow 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Just because you're never going to be perfect.
I agree.
But 7 more players is it's daylight robbery.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a hard time. But yeah, never been back to that. But yeah, I reckon I've got a good understanding of trivia. Used to run it at the pub in London, so that was nice.
You run it? Quizmaster Dos?
No, as in like I was the bartender in the back. They were just like people would come ask me Australian questions, and I'd give them wrong answers.
Would people come up to you?
Yeah.
Really?
They'd be like, just get a drink. And they'd be like, how long is this the Great Barrier Reef? And I'd be like, couple of Ks.
That's great. That's a good strategy. That's almost needs to be a step.
Yeah.
That's a bonus step off the bat.
Yeah.
Use your environment.
Yeah. Play the strengths of your network.
Could be your bartender. There's a lot of international bartenders wherever you are. There's a question, just one question.
Yeah.
We know it often comes down to 1 point. But let's jump into it.
Yeah.
This is the road guide to trivia nights. To trivia, perhaps we'll see what the title says. Dos, I think, is pushing trivia. I'm saying trivia nights, but anyway. And I've just realised that I've opened up the chucking a sickie notes. So let me just quickly seamlessly transfer into, because we did it in notes.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna-
make sure you don't chuck a sickie when you have trivia.
So like, I was gonna be like, yeah, first step, chuck a sickie. No. All right. So step one, event and venue. You got to choose it first. Goes without saying. You mentioned
Big.
there, and this might take trial and error. You've got to pick somewhere that is your style of trivia. For example, not naming any schools, but there's a school here in
Only
Longreach.
2 in town.
Yeah, that I will go into the trivia with a non-trivia mindset. I'll go there. We need to play the mini games properly, which is separate to trivia. So you choose your event, choose your venue wisely. If there's a particular location, I think, that serves you well, my opinion is keep going there. You might see a lot of the same teams. That's great. Rivalries can form. Your team can be the same team. You can keep that nucleus, keep coming back, make the legacy, make the dynasty. And yeah, just choosing that. Obviously, I think it's handy to have a bar of some sort. In fact, it's necessary.
has to be a bar.
You got to be on the drinks.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. It's late night comes, you're cheering. That's my opinion. Yeah, not too academic. I think if you maybe went to a university trivia, I can't see there being a bar. I can see it being quite. Did you want Paulie discarded, or is he all right? Yeah, I don't know if we got to keep popping up in the corner. But,
That's all right. I think I've got him covered.
Anyway, event, venue. Choose it first. Choose it wisely. My opinion is that you can repeat a venue, or you can have a couple of venues that you alternate between.
That's step one.
Yeah.
Man, I thought we were going easy on the waffle, to be honest. That was a draw.
I'm sick, man. I'm sick, and now you're making me feel bad. I can't even hear you from this ear.
I'm looking at
I've
the
got
time.
Paulie
Like,
being an absolute pest over there, and you've got the audacity, and I'm on a time constraint. You're right. I am on a time constraint.
I'm looking at it like, I'm going to go to the
shit,
airport in like 10
Yeah.
minutes.
All right, let's speed run these last few steps then. Go on.
You need weirdos in the team because there's always curveball questions, and that's my step two. As probably the team weirdo, I reckon. I would say at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need that curveball question because people are like, what the hell is that? And then it's like, yep, I've got it. And you know it's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Like it's the right answer.
Yeah.
You don't want the same people. You want people from different friend groups even. Because if you're all from the same friend group, you're all pretty similar.
Yeah.
You grab a work friend, grab a sports friend, grab that weirdo at the pub that just sits there and just drinks
Yeah.
and just talks to everyone. Bring them in because they're going to help answer those questions. There's a lot of categories.
Do you know, actually, that you mentioned it, a key member of our team, big fan of the show, but I'm not going to name check you just because I think you might take this a little bit personally. We didn't even know her. She was one of the blokes knew her, said, hey, this chick's keen. We were like, we've got a bit of an energy and a bit of a team thing here, but we do need one extra player because the team size is a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Bring her on. She had no real, respectfully, no real background, no real strong points, no real strong interests, but she was the key and she became part of the team.
Yeah.
We were like, we need her every single time. Her general weird, unexpected knowledge, her pub knowledge almost, was so strong. So I reckon having a weirdo is key. And look at your team. If you don't think you've got a weirdo on your team,
You're the weirdo.
And you've earned your role. You wear it as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Step 3. I don't know if you have this experience. Every trivia out here has a theme. So if it's around Christmas, guess what? Christmas trivia. If it's around nothing, guess what? It's probably some tropical Hawaiian theme, which seems to come up all the time. A lot of time there's a specific theme. 2 reasons why you should pay attention to the theme. Firstly, often there's points, genuine trivia points given, hopefully a maximum of 2 points, maybe even just 1 point for the team that's most on theme. I'm okay with the odd bonus point for different things. Everyone's on the same page. They come in theme dressed, get an extra point, get extra 2 points, whatever, if you're really good. But more importantly, the trivia questions, I find, if there's a theme, at least 1/3 of them will be theme related. Just at least 1/3, could be more. So if you can just do some Googles early before you come in, it's a bit of a, maybe a bit of a cheap act, but they could be doing it as well. Do some Googling. Get Google Christmas trivia questions. Remember them. There's been times, for example, really quickly, don't want to hold you up, Dos. I know you're busy here and you don't want to chat. You just want to sort of get through the points. Whatever, mate. There's been times we did Christmas trivia. One of our friends, Ellie G, shout out, huge listener of the show. In fact, we can rate top 5 listeners. Definitely in the top
Longreach,
5.
anyway.
Yeah, in Longreach. Christmas trivia. She must have just randomly Googled it. One of the questions was, in the 12 days of Christmas, how many total days of Christmas across the entire song were there? That sounds like a very big job. You could break it down by, doing the one. No, it's a very big job.
Isn't it just 12?
No, but like 12 days of Christmas on the first day of Christmas, and then the next verse is on the second day of Christmas, which also includes the first day of Christmas.
Okay.
Blah, 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 all the way to the
okay,
end.
okay,
Stack,
yeah,
stack,
yeah,
stack,
yeah.
stack, stack. It was a run-up and it was like a tiebreaker, or like a really important one. She just took the answer, wrote it down, ran it straight up in a heartbeat. She knew the number, and she delivered, and we
What
won.
was it?
300. I think it was almost a year's worth of days.
Sheesh.
300 something days. I don't know. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, stuff like that is going to come in handy, even if only for 1 or 2 questions, like we established.
Yeah.
1 or 2 questions, game changer.
So step 3 was
Do your
waffle?
study. Follow the theme. Oh. Come on, man.
Step 4, I think the best way to put up with waffle is just get blind. Step 4 is get blind. Get that liquid courage. That way if you have the right answer, you've got that confidence to say it.
Yeah,
'Cause
and you might even threaten to hurt someone to get the point across. Yeah.
Get a little violent.
Yeah.
don't condone that.
Being loud. If you're drunk, you're loud. If you're loud and the other teams don't hear, people will listen to your answer.
And it's like when you speak a foreign language and you're drinking, you actually hit those accents harder. You use more percentage of your brain.
Whoa.
So while you're playing trivia, drink a little bit and you'll open up more percentage.
11% of the brain, maybe.
11%.
Could be 12%.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah, that's my step 4.
Step 5.
Die by your sword. Die by your sword.
Yeah, it's
if
about
you have
confidence.
if you think you have the right answer,
Yeah.
just go all out. You don't want to be sitting there and be like, oh, I told you so.
Yeah.
You're a loser if you do that. You want to at least get it wrong.
You want to, yes. You want to make sure that your answer is down, so that some other loser can say, "Told you so." Guess what, mate?
Well,
Told you so.
You weren't strong enough.
Yeah.
You weren't a leader when required.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's my big one. Die by the sword.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep moving. Come on.
Yeah, that's step 5.
Yep. I know.
That's it.
Get on the phone, mate.
Oh, sweet.
Big call coming.
So we've got the big call coming up.
Yep.
We've got young Izzy from Barkey.
Yep.
Barkey? Yeah, some random little town out here.
Random little town. No.
You give her a call.
I'll call her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just give me one of those headphones.
All right. Sit perfectly still. I'm going to do a morph cut here. All right. Hopefully that morph cut worked. We're back. You're listening to the Rogue Guide. That was the answer to all the trivia questions. The idea is to have a good trivia night. Time for the big call, as you mentioned. Time for a chat with none other than Barkey local, Barkey famous, Izzy Gavel. G'day, Izzy.
Hey.
Izzy, are you able to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm from Barkey, as Dan said, what I like to call the east coast of the Western Queensland.
True.
So
Geographically accurate, yes. There is a lake there, so it's kind of coastal.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I guess I met Dan just through mutual friends, small town things, and ran into Dos the other day at Park
Oh, that was a
Run.
pun. I like that. I don't know if she meant it, but...
Ran into Dos.
Yeah, you
Very
said.
nice. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wow, you
I was
both
like, don't you
did
need a
get it.
rhyme?
No, I got it. I got it.
That was a great pun.
That's
So she ran past us as me and Pross were near on walking.
Park walking, really.
Yeah, as the hangover.
Very, very dusty. But Izzy admittedly was pretty dusty too.
Allegedly.
Oh.
I saw
No,
nothing of the
I
sort.
was. I was also quite dusty.
Still managed to pull off second though. So Izzy's a bit of an athlete. She's underselling herself on that front. We went to the Simpson Desert Ultra, huge event, very challenging. She did the 50K, I think, and she pretty much ran the whole way, blitzed it. So definitely an absolute a weapon on the big call today. But
Thank you.
a weapon on the field of sports. Wow, field of sports. Anyway, whatever. That's my best shot. I'm sick today, Izzy. That's why it's sounded a bit rough. But is
No,
she
it's
a
fine.
weapon on the chat? Does she have a big call worthy of the big call? Izzy, give us a situation where you had to make a big call and tell us, and ask us what we would have done in your shoes.
Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, this isn't trivia related.
That's all right.
It's actually probably a bit more relatable to the first dates episode.
Ooh.
Season
So
one.
yeah, this is about a first date.
Oof. I like this already.
So I had been working with this guy. Like we both worked in the pub together, and we're pretty good friends.
Whereabouts?
But he, in Leichhardt. So this is when I was in Sydney. Yeah. So and he'd kind of confessed that he had a bit of a thing for me, and we should start hanging out more than just friends. And I was not really into it, but he was a really nice guy, so I thought, I'll give
I
it
can
a
say
shot.
what I do from here already.
No, well, there's a bit, I
You don't
I've
know
been
what you don't know,
criticised
is
in
he?
the
You might as well
past.
give it a
Yeah.
try. He's not the worst person in the world, right?
Yeah, well, no, and I had been previously criticised for being a bit picky, so I was like, I'll go for it. No, so the issue was though we had very different schedules. So I worked days, he worked
Oof,
nights,
like Romeo and
and so
Juliet.
for like 2
Yeah.
weeks, yeah, star-crossed lovers, really. So for like 2 weeks, we'd been trying to find a time to hang out, but like we were struggling. So he kept asking me, and I'd be like, "Sorry, I'm working," or "Sorry, I've
Come
already
on,
got
mate.
plans."
She works with you. You should know that she's working.
Yeah, look at the same roster, bro.
Yeah, exactly. A red flag there.
You can't read.
Anyway, so one day, like, he'd finished work at about 4 p.m. and I was set to finish work at 6. And he was like, "Okay, we're both not working tonight. Let's do something." So the issue for me is that I was actually really tired. A little bit more context. I was training for a marathon, and I'd actually done like a long, like I think I'd done like 35 Ks that morning.
Tough.
The last training.
All I
distance.
wanted to do, yeah, so I was already pretty tired. All I wanted to do was go home, go to bed, and I had to be at work the next day. So I said, "No, we're not hanging out tonight. I'm going to bed."
Ooh.
He then came back and was like, "Come on, like I'm always asking you to hang out. You're always busy. Just let's
with
do
this
it."
job that
Yeah,
you apparently
you're
have.
always.
Oh, your roster always seems to be opposite.
Yeah, I don't get signals.
Anyway, I was like, "Okay, you've got a point. I'll come."
Wait.
Like, and he's like, "We won't do anything too intense. Just like come over. We'll watch a movie. You can stay at my place, and then you can go to work the next day." And that was actually really convenient for me because he lived 15 minutes from where we worked, whereas I lived about 45 minutes because Sydney traffic was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can see some good things coming out of this. So
That's convenient.
Can you? I can't. I don't think Bros can.
so I was like, all right, let's do it. So I lived in Neutral Bay at this point, and he lived in Moore Park. So he lived on the other side of the harbour bridge for me. So for me to get to there, it was about probably like 20 minutes to drive. Plus, I had to pay the toll for using the Harbour City
Oh.
Tunnel.
He's paying for dinner.
And I hate paying for tolls.
He's paying for the Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I finally rock up to his place. Because of Sydney's parking situation, takes me like 10 minutes to find a park. And then I have to walk to his place. So I'm pretty tired, I'm hungry, I'm grumpy. And I finally get to his place and I message, I'm like, "Okay, I'm outside, come down, let me in." And there's just like silence.
No.
I'm just standing there
No.
for about good 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, this is just like, of course this is gonna happen
No.
as well." And then eventually, he replies. He's like, "Okay, I'm coming. And he finally comes down, opens the door, lets me in, and this is when I pick up on a few more red flags. So actually, the first red flag, which I actually didn't realize until I became a Road Guard listener, but he wasn't wearing linen.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Get out of there,
Yeah.
Izzy. Get out of there.
Yeah.
So no, and then the second, a bit more obvious red flag is that he was unbelievably drunk
Oh.
and could barely string a sentence
Oh,
together.
what the
yeah.
hell?
And so this is where the big call came in, because I was just standing in his apartment and I was like, what do I do?
Oof. That's,
Dos.
that's
I-
like,
Can I answer this with a question?
Yeah.
Dos, you're accustomed to the city dating scene. Have you ever invited someone over who might have been stone cold sober, blind drunk?
no. No, I've been a little tipsy, but
Yeah.
like, especially if you know that they're driving to come see you, you know they have to be under. So like, you know they're not going to be too drunk. There is nothing more unattractive than being way drunker than someone else.
Yeah.
It is. It ruins the day.
Both people are uncomfortable at that point.
Yeah.
You know when you're a bit drunk and
Yeah.
someone else really sober and you're like, oh, is this person judging me? Do they
Yeah.
think I'm a loser? And then if you're sober and they're drunk, you're like, is this person just socially inept?
Yeah. Oh, in that situation, I just get back in the car, to be honest. Like, a bit of tough love. Just be like, bro, look, I'm not going to be here while you're this drunk. You know, I'm not comfortable. I know you're going to be trying to pull moves. You've got drunk because, I don't know, you're anxious or something. Maybe he's fully in love with you. But yeah, that's not a place I'd want to be. And it's about being safe. If you don't feel safe in a scenario, then yeah, get out of there. Especially because you drive, you've got that flexibility as well. And I know the toll's probably
Yeah, but-
$11, and I know that's what you're going to bring up.
I was going to say, keep in mind,
Keep in mind the Sydney toll, the half an hour extra sleep
I'm not
you'll
made
get.
of money.
Nah, there's yeah, I'd be out of there. I'd be out of there in a heartbeat. But I also don't mind a bit of tough love and just telling people how it is.
Tough one. As a bloke, how would you approach that situation, Dos, though? You sound very, very Uncle Dos there, but very safe, on brand, safe Dos.
If I get there and she's really drunk.
Yeah.
No, I still hate it, man. You can.
Would you sleep in a different room though? Lock the door. Say, hey
Lock
mate,
the door.
this isn't working. This is not going to work for me. This isn't right for you either. So you're not making good
Yeah.
steps
I
here.
have done that.
I'll be patient with you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm 50 minutes from work now, which is sick. I don't want to be down another $11. That's the worst part of it all.
Yeah.
Is there a way that I could sleep somewhere else in this apartment, respectfully,
Yeah.
and we can pick this up another time?
So I've
Potentially,
had-
but then ghost him.
I've had a similar situation where, yeah, so they came over to me and they were super drunk, and I wasn't, and I was like, this is terrible. That's
Yeah.
worse because they don't pick up the signs that you want them to leave,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So I literally was like, look, you can have my bed. I'm just gonna sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And then they magically realized that they can get an Uber and then left.
So, in short, Izzy, if I was you, I probably would have left. But if it was safe enough, I might have just tried to have that conversation and gone into a room and probably locked the door. What did you do, though,
What'd
Izzy?
you do, Izzy?
Well, because I hate paying tolls.
Oh my god! How much is
What
the
a
toll?
way to start.
How much is the toll?
I can't even remember. But keep in mind, I had to then go to work the next day. So I would have had to go back like 20 minutes to my place and then get up early. Well, not early, but get up the next day and then pay for another toll to get to work.
Oofed. Then you've basically lost
Then-
like. a
well,
whole
yeah,
shift
whatever
worth of
you
money.
say from here on out, I have no sympathy.
So I made the big call. I was like, you know what? I'm tired. We're here. Like, I'm gonna stay the night. But basically, I like what Dan said. I decided that we were not going to be sleeping in the same room
Huge
at
win.
all.
Nice.
Huge win.
We should have a tally who wins the big call.
You're right.
Yeah. But go on.
And so yeah, I stayed the night. Didn't get fed. either.
Oh,
What was he doing? Oh, that's amateur hour.
This guy.
Keep going.
Yeah, didn't get fed breakfast.
Oof.
And then, yeah, so I just got up the next day and pretty much went to work and basically never spoke
Nice.
to him again.
Love that. Love that.
Great answer.
Great answer.
Great outcome. Actually, that's a big win. You actually
Food
you
would
managed
have
to
been
pull that
nice,
off nicely.
But remember, you saved money not going on that toll, so you could spend that money on that breakfast.
also,
You
Izzy,
earned that breakfast.
you
Exactly.
know how effective fasting can be in training. You fasted effectively for 24 hours there.
Yeah.
Your marathon training is in check. You didn't spend a night drinking. I'd say that's a pretty flawless victory.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
I'm glad that you were
yeah,
great.
you passed the rogue check.
Yeah.
You got the rogue check. Izzy, thank you so much for jumping on. Dos is absolutely hassling me to get on this plane
Gotta get to
home
this
or
plane
something.
so quickly.
But thanks for jumping on. Glad you made smart life choices, like moving into the outback and hanging out with your boy DP here. So we appreciate it, Izzy, and we'll catch you around next time.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
All right, I'm going to hang up the phone,
Bye.
Izzy. Don't take it personally. Got to be ruthless on the hang-ups, don't you?
Yeah.
Just got to cut them off.
Yeah, so we're going to do Series 60, but...
Don't have 60
we,
seconds,
we
do
ain't got 60 seconds, to be
We
honest
don't.
with you.
Serious 60, we need to
Yeah.
seriously get out of here, get to the airport in 60
So we need to go,
seconds.
go, go, and we're going to rogue.
Get down low
Get
and
down
rogue.
low and rogue.
Catch you later.
Cheers.